So, Keith, what did we just watch?
Well, Sol, we just watched The Dark Knight's Two-Face beat the crap out of Ra's al Ghul from Arrow's DC TV to save Gotham's young Bruce Wayne. Or as I like to call it, sail!
Sail! A lot of Batman inception there. So, awkward opening out of the way. Keith Legion of Decoded. We've been doing a couple collabs. I'll probably have some cards or whatever coming up.
Please contact my parents. This man has broken into my house and has
held
me ransom.
You can also subscribe to his channel, goddammit. And
I don't want the 5 subscribers that like you.
We can also review
Meta jokes.
We can also review Incarnate right now, which is what we're supposed to be doing.
Got a lot of meta jokes right here at Decoded. A lot of meta jokes.
These
like Community.
These meta jokes.
Rick and Morty.
For people saying you should.
All of this will be edited out.
It's not going to.
Oh, thank God.
We need. It was a pretty dull movie. We need this to bring it alive.
It wasn't a dull movie though. Like, the premise is so cool.
Okay, so let's talk about the premise. We're gonna keep it non-spoiler, except maybe towards the end.
There's no spoilers for this film. Did you see The Exorcist? If you've seen The Exorcist, you know how this movie ends. Go.
Anyway, so synopsis out of the way. Basically, we have Aaron Eckhart's character, and he's basically a crippled man with a, you know, the usual backstory of my family died. I'm upset about it. I'm grumpy all day.
Now, would you say, Sol, that he is half the man he used to be? Stone Temple Pilots reference. Anyway.
That was perfect. Anyway, we...
Like, comment, and subscribe for cripple jokes.
And he has the unique power of being able to go into people's minds while he's sleeping, and once he's in people's minds, he can basically perform a Inception-style exorcism. And, yeah, the whole movie is based upon that premise. There's a boy that gets, what's the word?
Possessed.
Possessed, yeah.
Possessed.
He becomes possessed, and then this is like the king demon inside of him, and he also just happens to have a personal grudge with the main character. He just happened... That demon's just a fucking asshole. He's like, man, I'm just gonna kill your entire family for fun and ruin your job.
Well,
and you're crippled, ha.
Well, that was kind of the weird part is, so the film is... You kind of find out about his back history. Spoilers if you didn't watch a movie that probably should have been released 3 years ago, and that in all honesty is worth spoiling.
Minor spoilers. We'll try to keep it.
Full spoilers. There's nothing to spoil in this movie. This movie is... It's an exorcism film. Anyway, so... Because we're going to talk about the ending. Because that infuriated both of us.
Do you have any points before that part?
I do, a lot.
Okay.
I have a list. And checked it twice, Santa. So...
It is December when this movie came out. References!
That doesn't make sense. Like, this... Like, I get why. This should have been a January film. Because January is where, like, kind of horror films go to die. I hope that's not the case for, you know, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie. I've heard great things about it, but I think that's what it will be. So...
There's always going to be, like, those standout horror movies that were destined to fail, but didn't.
Well, my problem with this film is the premise is really cool. Like... Think about it like this, the worst part of exorcism movies has been, right, that you have to invent these cool new ways, like in the last exorcism, right, to see an exorcism happen, my apologies, right, it's like, the devil is out of you and God compels you Christianity, and like, it's cool to kind of see, you know, the clergy, man, or whoever, really kind of fight against this demon, and then see like the body react, but to really go inside the mind and see what a demon puts your mind through, which isn't torture, as far as we're aware. I mean, it kills you, but it's like a paradise for torture. It's very a strange concept, and I like the idea of going inside of it. Now, the movie didn't do it justice. I think the movie had a double-edged sword against it. This was a film that honestly could have been made into like a series of 3 films.
Maybe.
There was enough there that had you expanded upon those 3 sections, it could have been a great movie. Now,
could have been 3 bad movies, though.
No. I actually think it could be 3 great movies, right? Now, granted, you can make Aaron Eckhart's character Aaron Eckhart, right?
And then that happens.
Well, this happens, right? But you find out that Bruce Wayne Jr., it's the kid from Gotham, you know, obviously before he, you know, went to Gotham, because he looks a little bit younger. This movie was on the shelf for a few years, but Blumhouse OP. So you have him, you know, train the kid, into how to go into these minds, because the kid's the same way, right? Film 2, his family all died, just like your family died. And then film 3, it comes full circle after Aaron Eckhart's character dies. The thing is they try to do too much too quickly with such little understanding. Like, it's like, you should hate this demon. We named the demon Maggie after the Walking Dead character you all should hate. I was like, well, she just likes a gland. That seems a little insulting. But like, the thing is
that was a spoiler for it. Hopefully you didn't hear that if you haven't caught up on The Walking Dead, but continue.
If you haven't caught up on The Walking Dead, you deserved it.
Anyway, continue.
My boy Negan knows how to kill people, that's all I'm saying.
Continue.
I don't even watch the show, and I know about it. So, exactly, so I don't feel bad spoiling something that I know about when I don't watch it. Like, speaking of The Last of Us, no.
I'm just gonna take control here. This movie, I think it was kind of destined to fail. It's, at the same time, it's just another Exorcist movie, but at the same time, it's also, you know, a fresh concept, kind of because it has to be, because I don't think exorcism movies are even making their money anymore, just because the market flooded and everyone doesn't want to see them anymore. So it brought a new concept, slightly new concept, Inception style concept, which wasn't bad. I don't think it took itself seriously. Like the first shot of the movie was like a kid snapping some dude's neck, and that flipped into sale. So I don't think it was taking itself too seriously. The zany, you know, Ghostbuster style sidekicks, I like them. I wish they actually had more to say. They didn't even interact with Aaron Eckhart, which I thought was pretty disappointing. But I did like them though.
It's because they knew how to do their job. So, the demon is spread through physical contact. This specific one, not all. And so, they're like, let us save you. Don't touch anyone. They do their job right. The Vatican apparently hires people who don't know how to do their job. Both men and women, because there's equality in this film. There is equality. From the guy that trained Aaron Eckhart's character, fucking holding one hostage, right? For this huge foreshadowing of, if you can't kill it, take the potion vial to get your self-control for 10 seconds of the demon. Then everyone can touch you. Just kidding.
Okay, yeah. It's just going to be straight spoilers from here on out if you haven't from...
Oh, yeah.
But, because I'm going to dive in. There was... Each of the character deaths in this movie were complete shit. We had the dad who was just kind of killed off, like,
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, the dad was like... They had him killed, and then these medics pull him out, but they don't wonder why there's a child and all this other weird shit going on.
I took that,
and he was killed we don't even care about this.
Well, in the defense of the film, I saw that as like the Vatican kind of paid people enough money to put that under the thing, because like in that ending scene, not to spoil anything, but because I want you to go. Well, I want you to go into it, but like they look at her and they say, "Do you want us to call it?" So my feeling was those emergency crews were hired from the Vatican. It just was never stated.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Because they were trying to cover it up. But go ahead.
The main thing I wanted to hammer was they killed that guy off and didn't really give a shit about him.
Well, he needed
same
to die.
with. I mean,
how's he?
He makes good fodder.
How does he become Batman?
He makes good. He makes good fodder, I guess. But we also had the priest character who got killed. He got killed basically in in an errand. Like, oh, I need to go grab this. Oh shit, he died, and was like, let's do this for a couple minutes, and then anyway, back to the movie. Well,
and again, it was very heavy-handed foreshadowing, right? The first time you meet that guy, he's like, "Is it Maggie?" And he's like, "I've been interrogating a demon because they know all about us." And he's like,
that whole demon in his thing, I was like, he's gonna get out.
Well, and then when you give him the vial, I told you, well, that was some massive foreshadowing. Takes the vial back. I was like, he'll be back. And then by the time he comes back, that demon's broken out. And I was like, the dude's obviously got the demon in him. And then he kills himself, and I was like, alright, so this is just super foreshadowing of how you're going to have to... This movie is literally saying Aaron Eckhart's character is going to need to kill himself, so either one of two things is going to happen at the end, right? The shocking twist would be he doesn't actually die, or two, he makes the selfish effort and someone fucks it up. And can you guess which one did? Can you guess which one it is?
Anyway,
no, I'm mad about that.
Yeah, I agree the ending of this movie, like, if this had a strong ending and just if the pacing of this movie was a little bit better, I think this actually could have been like a good movie. Yeah. Like a solid that was worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I think about it, it kind of diminishes. Because I was like, it's like high 6, low 7 for me. I'm still kind of there, but like the ending kind of just bothered me because it's like, oh, the bad guy wins, and like it has that final shot that is in like a bunch of horror movies where, you know, the bad guy like wins, but usually it's a lot more subtle. It's like movies like the Dawn of the Dead remake or like other things where it's almost after creditsy, or like It Follows, which is also very subtle. We talked about that. This movie was like, nope. The bad guy demon wins, the good guy dies, and we're not going to tell you what happens from there. Go home. Thanks for your money.
Well, and I think the problem was that it's very short-sighted is Aaron Eckhart's character has a vendetta against Maggie because in his exposition backstory, hero, unbreakable, secret origins, is that he found out about his powers. He didn't want to use his powers, as every great superhero does. And decides to just live a normal life, which of course no one, if you have superpowers and you're watching this, you're fucked, just use them. Because apparently someone will find you and just make you live that life. But my thing is he has this power and he decides to use it against an archdemon in a one-for-one blow. Like this archdemon has taken probably a hobo that we saw, a dad, and like maybe 5 or 6
we saw
people
that map.
We didn't see.
We saw that map. Like this thing easily could have killed 10 people. Like last week.
But what he decides to do is put it in his body and go blow for blow and just kill himself. And you're like, you could have taken out so many more demons. There's still more demons out there. Like you didn't really do much.
Another ironic thing was that woman who was hired to, you know, handle the case and bring him in. I love how the fact in the end she brought him back to life. She was like, do it again, get that final. So she got his heart going again, even though the demon would have died if she would have just let him die. And then she touched him. So that was all completely her fault.
Well, but there's a lot of continuity issues with that ending scene. Because, like, is it skin-to-skin contact? Because at the end of the scene, like, I was sitting there with Soul, and I'm a continuity asshole. And, like, they're like, no one touch him! And she, like, walks over and goes, hand on chest. And I'm like, you're touching him. He's still breathing. You're touching him. Which, that's its own issue because, like, she should have gotten the demon. Because the whole thing that the guy that trained him said is they've been trying to get under our ranks for years. So now they're in the ranks. But why didn't it go in that guy or that guy? Why didn't it go into a paramedic when the paramedic was shocking and checking pulse? Like I'm just like, there's so
I mean, he was technically dead at that point. Technically. Until it like shocked him back to life.
Well, but it doesn't. It's still
continuity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't stand to reason why
because
two people were touching him.
Because that doesn't help the rating scheme that they had going.
Plot armor.
Yep. We are picking on this movie. A lot of people don't like this movie. I still, at the end of the day, enjoyed it somewhat. I'm gonna talk about stuff I liked. I liked pretty much any time they're like in the dream sequence or whatever. I thought that was always like captivating because the first time we went in there, I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on with this movie, and then it was like you kind of learn about it like as it progresses. I thought that was really neat. I liked, you know, just the concept of the watches, like time is stopped here. It's like a paradise. I like kind of like when he was on the ground and actual people like, and he just got all bloody, and it was like pretty much a realistic scenario because the demon's making it that realistic within the boy's mind. So I liked all the dream sequences. I liked the sidekick guys. Aaron Eckhart, he was generic character but good acting as far as that can go. Like for what he had, you know, he played like, you know, the long-haired, grungy dude, but at the same time he had the short hair and he was like in the dreams. So good range for what you can do there. The kid from Gotham that you said. He was great. Again, he was just like a playful child, and then he had those looks like I'm a demon and I'm gonna kill you, coming from a child. So props there. Those were probably the main points I liked in the movie. Can you think of any good points other than?
I mean, sail.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, no, like the AWOL Nation song that plays beginning and ending of the album was amazing, or of the movie was amazing. But you know, besides that, I mean, I think that there were a few good moments where I was like, jump scare incoming, and it was still a jump scare, but it was a different jump scare than I thought it would be. So I did appreciate that. Besides that, I mean, I think that the people that were in the film played their parts very well. As you had stated, Aaron Eckhart is amicable. He's a likable guy. Like, even when he's like, the first shot he like drinks alcohol, and he's drinking a lot, and I'm like, Aaron, you're not a bad guy.
I thought I was gonna hate him in all honesty, because he was just another like guy who lost his family, like a Kratos, like Rick Grimes type guy. But you know, I actually ended up liking him at the end of the day. And again, I liked his crew and wish they had more screen time. The dad, I was kind of mixed on the dad. Like, he had so many muscles in his forehead. Jesus, did you see that?
That's why he's
like
Raj Al Ghul.
Raj Al Ghul needs.
They were like,
forehead muscles.
By Raj, we need at least 9 forehead muscles, and he's like, I have a 10 back. And they're like, yes, you can be Raj.
Yeah, but in the end, I think the movie's worth watching. It's probably not like go out and you need to see it, but if it's, I'm sure it'll be on Netflix eventually, and it might be worth watching there.
If you can get it in your
TV.
Netflix subscription, if you can watch it on TV with your cable provider, or if it's on discount VOD, discount VOD, watch it. Because I mean, there's so many better things. You can watch The Omen. You can watch Rosemary's Baby. You can watch.
One point
The
I'm gonna make.
Exorcist.
I'm sure like if you like a zany kind of horror movie that doesn't take itself too seriously and has a couple of cool concepts, I'm sure some people will love the movie.
Watch Evil Dead 2. Watch Army of Darkness.
I'm sure some people will love the movie, but most people probably aren't going to take
More
much
likable
out of it.
people in Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Ash vs. Evil Dead is currently in its 2nd season. Watch it on Stars. Don't watch this film.
Any final thoughts?
Don't watch this film.
That's it?
I mean, I didn't hate the film. It's just, I don't feel that we should reward a film that sat itself on a shelf for 3 years due to whatever reason and then decided to release itself. Like, it's an okay film. There's a better film out there. Just like, we understand each other from Hollywood.
Since you're on Soul Show, if you had to give it a rating, if someone put a gun to your head right now and said rate it, what would you do? What would you give it?
This is hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
If someone hypothetically put a gun to my head right now, I mean, that's not a real one, that one is.
Oh my god.
I would probably have to give it celery over carrot.
Okay, that was a good rating. I can respect that. I'll just get my rating out of the way. I'm gonna give I'm gonna give Incarnate a 6 out of 10. That happens before the rating.
You don't pause between it.
Whatever. 6 out of 10. It's obviously a different style. We're getting too meta.
If you like this style, press thumbs up. If you like me, press thumbs down. If you like Soul, press thumbs down.
Speaking of Keith,
if you don't like the way this was done, press thumbs down.
Links to his.
If you want to comment, do it.
Links
Go
to
at
his
it.
channel and.
What's your favorite Batman series right now? Was it Arrow? Is it Gotham?
That's DC. Anyway, links to
That's
Keith's.
Batman.
Links to Keith's channel and maybe our other collabs will be down in the description. Thank you so much for watching.
Right here. Right here's where it's gonna be. We do meta stuff. Like, please comment.
I'm not putting that up.
Please comment because the algorithm's messed up and neither one of us are getting views anymore. I haven't put a video up in 6 months, but still, we're not getting views anymore.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and with that, we leave you.